Well, this is the start of the walk. I'm going from Mullion Cove. It's only a couple of miles to Poldhu. It's not a very long walk, but on a return trip you will certainly get in excess of over 10,000 steps. And you can go a little bit further from Poldhu. You could go to Cornwall Cove and Choughs Cove, or you could walk even further and find yourself at Low Bar, or even a little bit further and you find yourself at Porthleven. But today this is just this little walk, a walk that I've done on many occasions, and I just find it I suppose, one of my favourite walks. Oh, this is the first steps, and we find ourselves outside the Mullion Cove Hotel, which has been here for many years, and it's been a very popular hotel. But after this little section, we're going to walk over to another hotel, the Mullion Hotel. Well, that was a little bit of a surprise, because just after I'd finished the last little piece to camera, I was intercepted by two Cornish Choughs who were brilliant in terms of getting so close to them, and they wandered around feeding and calling to each other. So that was quite an unexpected surprise on this walk from Mullion to Poldhu. But normally they are found sort of at various places on the Lizard, but they're not normally found in this particular area, so according to one local person we spoke to. So yes, that was been quite an interesting morning, and you can just hear them calling in the distance now. This is sort of the midpoint between two hotels that you pass on the route. There's the Mullion Cove Hotel that way, and over this way is the Mullion Hotel. And the route sort of takes you past some nice sort of thick Cornish hedges, where, as well as spotting sort of all sorts of wildlife, you definitely get the chance to, if you don't see them, you definitely get the chance to hear them, those little LBJs that I don't know what they are half the time. I've heard skylarks en route, but there's certainly those little brown jobs that nobody ever seems to know what they are. But anyway, I'm going to go and investigate Love Rock. And oh, this is Love Rock. That's not some random walker on the southwest coast path. It's actually the wife, so you don't need to worry. This is the footpath past the Mullion Hotel, and pretty here with the fuchsias still in bloom and this early part of autumn, but a little bit of bird song as well to accompany the walk. See you a little bit later. This is the alternative view of Mullion Cove, and now going to make a way back uphill to the cliffs at Poldhu, where we will come across the very famous former radio station. This is Poldhu Cliffs, and here is a memorial to Marconi, the radio engineer who back in 1901 transmitted a signal from here to Newfoundland, where he managed to pick up that signal, and henceforth, radio transmissions around the world have continued. There is an amateur radio set up here at Poldhu. There's also some remains of the buildings that were created and built here for him, but they got demolished back in the 1930s. But here we are at the top of Poldhu Cliffs, fabulous views across West Cornwall and onwards to the cafe at Poldhu, I think. Well, the walk ends here at Poldhu Cove. I highly recommend you stop here for a short break, have a cup of tea at Ross's fantastic cafe, open 363 days a year, so you always know it's going to be here and it's going to be open. I'm going to walk on to Cornwall and Choughs Cove and explore a little bit further down that way. But anyway, the walk ends here, but do enjoy it because it's certainly one of my favourites.